Thursday, May 31st, day 62. Wow. If there's ever been a time to use that term, embrace the suck, last night and this morning, this has been it. I got to my goal yesterday. Wasn't too far, but it started raining about 5 o'clock in the evening, and just torrential downpour until about 5 o'clock this morning. I mean, 12 hours non-stop rain. I don't care how good your tent is, there's gonna get some water inside. It's 8:30 in the morning. I got to meet that trolley at 2:30 this afternoon. I got 11 miles of trail to do to get there. I already had breakfast, so I don't have to stop. I got some bars in my pockets down there. So I should be able to just grab those as I go. Of course, the trail is like a river this morning after raining for 12 hours. All right, so let's go have fun jumping in the puddles. Two bear today. Not really what I would call an encounter, because they both just kind of darted across the trail, and there's no doubt when you see a big black bear go across the trail about 20 feet in front of you, it's pretty distinctive, and it's amazing how quiet and fast they are for as big as the animal as they are. But you got to be careful. I think this time of year is when mama's walking around with little cubs, and by little cubs I'm talking like the size of little puppies, and those are the ones you don't really want to see, or at least you don't want to see mama. In fact, I walked by a place a couple miles back and I heard a low growl. And I thought, okay, maybe I am walking past a little bear's den there where she's got her little cubs, and she's just saying, stay away. I mean, I don't know, that's what it sounded like to me. So no problem, I got places to go, things to do. A couple weeks ago I was sitting in I had a campsite, a stealth campsite, and I was just all alone by this creek, and I was just sitting down there all settled in, fixing a dinner, and this big deer just walks right through my campsite, grazing on the vegetation, and I mean, just feet from me. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not here. Or at least he was just stopping in, having dinner with me in the campsite. I don't know, and that was a very cool thing. And I feel all right, considering I didn't sleep that well last night with the torrential weather, and kind of mopping up the tent every so often. It's not like there's a leak in the tent. It's just that the water got so deep all around, and it was coming down so hard that the splash factor, it was splashing up under the the vestibules out there on the sides of the tent. And it's not like I'm getting soaked in there, but there's like, getting spritzed a little bit. Oh, I had also rigged up some I pulled out a little bit of Zip It, which is a real high strength, very thin cord, and rigged up a way to pull up the sides and pull in and up the sides of the bathtub flooring in my tent to kind of reduce the splash effect. And it worked real good. So I'm going to cut a piece for both ends of the tent and leave them in the little side pockets in the ends of the tent for the next torrential storm I have to go through, because it turned out to be a good hack. Plus you can like set my trekking poles are my tent poles, and I can raise them a little bit too for stormy weather. So again, the principle is to pull the bathtub flooring up a little bit. Let's see, I broke a steak. Got to get one of those when I get in town. Ran out of coffee. That is not good. I just drank my last cup this morning, so I'm okay. But cannot continue without coffee. All right. Everything else is pretty good, I guess. Considering I'm an old guy out walking 1,000 miles in the rain, up and down mountains in the woods, trying to talk to all the animals. How crazy is that? Here we go. All right, well, that's it. Goodbye to the Shenandoah National Park. This is I'm looking at the entrance of the northern side. And I've just walked past it. And continuing on to the town of Front Royal. From there, I'm going to set myself up for a couple of days walk up to Harper's Ferry. Should have a box at the post office up there for myself with a couple of days supply. I'll figure out where I'm going from there. But at least I'm pretty confident I'm going to make it halfway. I think I'm so close that I can say I've got that in the bag. I hope so. How far I continue after that, nobody knows at this point. All the way to Maine would be cool if I can stay interested and keep having fun and be inspired. So here we go. Just about to leave the big old state of Virginia. Pop into West Virginia for a minute, Harper's Ferry, and I think then the next state is Maryland, and we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, up here in Northern Virginia, the tulip poplar blossoms are still falling everywhere, and that's what all these little orange things are on the ground here. And I have a tulip poplar tree in my front yard at home, which my wife thinks just makes a huge mess, but I love it. I love those little blossoms. But that tree, it is a messy tree. It's it's right over my driveway, right where I park. So my poor car takes abuse year round from that tree, and not just the flowers. It it does all kinds of crazy droppings throughout the year. But it's a beautiful big tree, and I love it. My wife wants to cut it down. Oh well. All right, it's about 1 p.m. I have walked right up to the road that goes to Front Royal, which I guess is to the west a couple of miles. I think that's it, right up at the top of the hill there. Hallelujah, because I'm ready to go sit down for a minute, take a load off.